to have previous guests on, especially when they've been building previous companies and then move on to the next challenge. And that's what our next guest is all about. An energy harvesting generator that uses magnets instead of batteries to power IoT, Internet of Things devices. He's the CEO of WePower, Larry Richenstein. Larry, welcome back into tomorrow. Glad to have you back with us. How are you?
Good to be with you again.
Well, we're delighted. You've got something very cool that only you can describe it properly for us.
Yes.
But WePower is the company, Gemns, Gemns is the product. So tell me about Gemms and how this helps consumers even.
Certainly. The Gemms technology consists of 3 different energy harvesting generators. We have been trying to license this to major corporations, and we found that what we really needed to do was to show reference products that were obvious to people that, oh wow, that's how it works.
Yeah. So it sounds good with corporations. Well, that sounds good, but let me see it. Well,
Exactly right.
Now it's up to you to have to do demo products.
Right. Exactly, and so it forced us over the years to develop some products, and this is a new device that we're putting out. It'll be a private label program for 10 major alarm companies that'll be putting this out in the second quarter of 25, and it'll be available on the Z-Wave format. So it's really excited. It's in a very, it's one of the most popular, home format.
So if you have Z-Wave or thinking about it, this is for you, but it also will work perhaps with Bluetooth or other technologies.
And today, because we don't have the Z-Wave all working completely yet, we will in a couple months, we're showing it in the Bluetooth mode.
Okay.
So the device, the water sensor, is completely batteryless and can sit on the floor for years.
Okay. Can actually see it.
Yes.
You're talking about it.
Okay, so this is the sensor, not the sensor, this is the generator. And what happens is we take the magnet and we put it 170 degrees and we lock it in. And when it's released, it oscillates. And that's
what makes it do that?
Well, we have 3 magnets on each side and it builds a magnetic flux. And when that unit is released, if you go 180 degrees, it flips over. But we hold it in a way, have you ever taken 2 magnets and held them apart, or put them together and they're pushing against each other? Yeah. That's what's going on in here. So the force, the kinetic energy, is being held in place. It's preloaded. And what's happening is, we take this piece of paper, and there's a piece of paper that wraps around and holds a pin in place, and there's a spring pushing. And the first time this gets wet, the spring pushes up, releasing the energy in this generator to send a wireless signal in BLE or Z-Wave format to the hub. So in order to simulate the hub, I'm going to use a BLE app that we've developed.
So what this will tell us in this case and in this example is for leak detection then, right? Which is certainly very important for most anybody who owns a home almost anywhere. It doesn't have to be our hometown of Miami where we have the occasional hurricane and have lost a lot of equipment because, well, that kind of leak, you almost forget it, right? It's just happening.
I mean, we've had leaky basements in my house in the Northeast for years. Yeah. I wish I had this. Because right now, if you look at water sensing, there's 2 versions. One is the one that comes wired out of your control panel and is good for the mechanic room, right, where you've got all the equipment. But then wirelessly, the only way to do it is with these little battery units that go beep, beep, beep when the water comes. You forget they're down there and now they're dead, and the first time you get a leak, you have no protection.
Right.
So this thing can lay for 20, 30 years, and the first time it pops, it gets in contact with water, it'll send the transmission to the hub and say there's a leak.
And it lasts that long because it doesn't need batteries or other power source.
There's nothing to corrode, there's nothing. It's completely clean and green.
Leave it up to you guys to come up with this. So that's really cool.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate this now, and I have the app here.
Oh, it looks like we have a little leak.
We have a little leak, and we're going to put this thing on the leak, and you're going to see it popped, and look what it says, leak.
Okay, so it detects a leak, and of course you'll have several perhaps around the house, and it'll tell you.
Yeah, you can have 10 and give them different names: washing machine, dishwasher, lower basement,
toddler, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure.
It'll detect the leak, and it just immediately sends it to you, which is a whole lot better than that beep, beep, beep. Like you say, you may not be in the basement for another couple weeks, and by then it's too late.
Right, and of course the batteries die. And also in an environment where it's a little damp, you get corrosion of the battery. You've seen where you've opened up a battery compartment and had that yuck stuff. I mean,
that's the official term, the yuck stuff.
Is that okay? I think we're going to coin it.
Wow, very cool technology, and of course stuff that you've been working on for a while to get to this point. And there's not many people we talk to that can actually take their products as their own power source, unless it's a solar kind of thing, and it's picking up on room light or whatever.
Sure.
But that's neat. I mean, you can literally, as what product that says, set it and forget it. Right?
That's really the right one.
Yeah. I mean, you hope it doesn't go off because it detected a leak.
And it will, and it's very robust. It's 100% foolproof. It really is.
I love it. Is it available? Well, of course, this is the initial demo, so do we have any available yet? Yes, or you second quarter?
Yet. Second quarter, 25. It'll be available from most major manufacturer brands that'll be licensing and building this.
Good. Cool that you're working with a lot of companies too, because they want it now. And it's like, well, it sounded good,
timing is
right?
Everything.
But now you're showing us that it does work. Okay, we'll label it, and and that's fine. Alarm companies and others can then take credit, but we know it came from WePower Gemms.
Thank you. Absolutely right.
Love it. And of course, you want more info, we invite you to visit their website. And of course, we will get you there as well, no problem. And no stress. Like a leak would give you stress, but we'll get you to Larry's site. It's Gemns. I guess you didn't want to come across as a jeweler, right?
No, I had to put the N in there so it was unique.
And it is.
And it's silent.
The N is silent. Okay, we'll have to keep that in mind. So, Gemms.com. And again, intotomorrow.com will get you there. Larry, it's always a pleasure chatting with you.
Again, Dave.
Whatever company you're working to build even further into tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Great to have you.
It's our pleasure. I'm Dave Graveline. We're back with more from the show floor at CES, our 30th year, covering the latest of consumer electronics show innovations, all kind of neat stuff. Stay tuned. Much more to come right here on the Advanced Media Network.